Welcome. So today we're going to dig into a paradox that, let's be honest, affects all of us. It's about the difference between that first exciting burst of passion and the kind of deep down motivation that makes you truly unstoppable. Let's get right into it. You know the feeling, right? You start a new project, a new goal, and you are just on fire with excitement. But then, somewhere along the way, the momentum stalls. So why does that initial spark so often fade away? What's the secret ingredient that's missing? That first surge of motivation feels absolutely incredible, doesn't it? It's what gets us off the starting block. But what we often don't realize is that it's built on a foundation that's actually way shakier than we think. Just think about what usually gets us going. It's seeing good results, right? Or the promise of making good money. Maybe it's that awesome feeling of helping other people, or just getting a little praise from our leaders. And hey, don't get me wrong, these are all fantastic fuels, but they're really just for the beginning of the journey. But see, here's the catch. Every single one of those motivators, they're external. They come from the outside world. So what happens when the praise stops? Or the results hit a plateau? Or maybe the money gets tight? Yeah, you guessed it. Our momentum just slams into a brick wall. So if all those external rewards aren't the long-term answer, what is? Well, this brings us to the core idea of this whole thing. Finding that one single thing that will keep you going no matter what kind of obstacles get thrown in your way. Your why, it isn't just a destination on a map. It's the actual engine that powers your entire journey. We're talking about that deep, personal, non-negotiable reason that you just can't ignore. It's like this internal furnace that keeps burning hot long after all those little external sparks have completely fizzled out. And we're not talking about some casual interest or a hobby here. A true why is, as the source material puts it, something burning, something emotional, something that shakes you from within. It's a force that just grabs you and basically drives your every move. That sounds pretty intense, doesn't it? So what does a why that powerful actually look like in the real world? Let's take a look at where this kind of unstoppable drive really comes from. A really powerful why is almost always forged in the fire of some kind of intense emotion. You know, it might be born from a painful memory of being humiliated or made to feel small, and you're just determined to overcome it. Or it could be that burning feeling of being disrespected or undervalued. Sometimes it's a fierce protective drive to build a better future for your family, to make sure they never have to face the hardships that you did. The bottom line is this: a true why isn't really something you choose. It kind of chooses you. It becomes this thing inside you that keeps you up at night and yanks you out of bed in the morning, just demanding that you take action. Okay, now for a really fascinating twist. There's a hidden trap out there, and it's often disguised as being helpful, that can completely sabotage your internal drive. Have you ever had a boss or a mentor who was just a little too helpful? This is what's known as spoon feeding. You know, they're constantly checking in, offering you solutions you never even asked for, and pretty much doing the hard work of motivation for you. And here's the dangerous cycle that creates. When someone else is always providing the push, well, you never learn how to push yourself. You start to become passive, dependent. And your own internal engine, your why, it never gets the workout it needs to grow strong on its own. It all really boils down to this simple truth. The thirsty person goes to the well. The well doesn't come to the thirsty person. True motivation comes from seeking out what you need, not from waiting around for it to be handed to you. You have to be the one who is thirsty for that progress. And this is where it all just clicks into place. So many of us get completely bogged down in the how, the specific steps, the perfect plan. But what if we're focusing on the wrong question entirely? I mean, just think about the difference. When you're obsessed with how, every tiny little obstacle can feel like a total dead end. But when you are driven by a powerful why, everything changes. You don't see roadblocks. You see puzzles to be solved. Your purpose becomes the fuel for your own creativity and your own resilience. So the key takeaway here is this. The path forward isn't about having some perfect plan. It's not about knowing all the answers from day one. It's about having a reason that is so powerful, so absolute, that you will simply find a way. Your why becomes your compass in the fog, it's your strength when you stumble, and it's that little spark of ingenuity that lets you invent the how as you go. So I'm going to leave you with this question. What's a goal in your life that's just stalled out? Could it be that you've been focusing way too much on the how? And what is that deep emotional why that could finally truly make it happen for you? Thanks for joining us.